All right, I got these niggas. I put this shit together. Let me show you how we're gonna do this today. All right, now when I was talking about them two dudes that took out Lil Yummy, I ain't got his last name all the way, but Crip Dale and Terrell. And what it say? And Sarah, she specialized in making voodoo dolls in her spare time. Uh, Spike Lee and the family, y'all gotta go. And Sarah killed her mother and father on Nago in the basement. I witnessed it. She had others to do the same. Except me, because like I said, Miss Burns and everybody's still alive. But that's how psycho she is. And Greg and Lala from Detroit, y'all out of here. Fabian, aka Fabo, from Jonesboro, and Hawatha, I'm taking it Sarah, next door. What she stays in an apartment next door faithfully. She don't leave or nothing. She just sits in there and listens through the walls. Remind you their ears can get big as cartoons to hear shit. They can hear from a distance and smell. Okay. And she been doing this the last 2 years. We got Lil Flip and Alden Campbell. I know he's supposed to passed away, but like I said, these people ain't dying. Um, Toby Keith, Jessica Alba, Sweet as Honey, you gotta go. Um, Tay Capone from Chicago, Steve family on Johnson and Jonesboro, y'all out of here. Leslie Armstrong and his family, Lil Mama and everything, y'all gotta go. The cast from New York Undercover, especially Malik Yoba, that's Marvin Jackson, the Terror Reader Cosmic Wifey. Sylvia Jones, aka Cookie, is really a man Uzi from Meteor Man. That's who she really is. And I witnessed her and her family take out people. They even took me out. They got the bodies. They got some bodies behind that house on Hope Street. Um, and Maurice helped them. And they molested those kids that's supposed to be LaParis's. Chris Echoes, Teflon the Don from Arkansas, Rosina Ashford from Detroit and her family, Clarence Stewart, that dude Reggie, the comedian podcast dude, whatever he is, you gotta go, from Boston. Khalees, Joe Rogan is a nice, powerful alien. The group City High, the cast from Parenthood, the Bee Gees, Elton John, he's a powerful alien. Everybody the Wayans brothers cast in their movies, except Marlon, y'all out of here. Carlos Santana, guitar player. Lil Dustin from Jonesboro and the crew who won the championship for Jonesboro. All of y'all out of here. Howard Stern and his cast. Um, George Brown and Casey. Groove Theory. Henry Anderson from Jonesboro. Well, I already said the Andersons, but yeah, his wife and his daughters are androids. He was sleeping with all of them. All right, I'm gonna get back to that one. Melvin Petty, Bun B, David Hasselhoff, and the original cast from Baywatch, and probably the new cast. Ron Jeremy, the porn star, is actually an alien. The Fat Boys group, back in the day. Jennifer Lewis, whoever that is, I forgot. DJ Vlad, Vanilla Ice, And you too, Mr. Beast, your ass is out of here. Aiden Ross, that ass is grass. Kid Capri, NWA, Pastor Troy, Lieutenant G, and I gotta go back to Mr. Beast. He's a powerful alien, and he took my shit, and I'm coming back for it. Rough Riders, Eve, Daniel Gibson, all the kings of comedy, the queens of comedy, Tiffany Hardash, whatever you call her name, Cheryl Underwood, Regina Hall, Luella, you know, the chick with the short hair, Bishop Don Juan is an alien, Bokeem Woodbine, Keenan and Kel, Leslie Jones, Maya Rudolph, Wayne Brady, Tamla Mann and her husband, Aunt Bam, I already said Jill Scott, Jamal Mixon, Jared Mixon, them the brothers from the Nutty Professor, they're the aliens, and Fallen Angels, Frederick Lanier from Jonesboro, the Terror Reader Connecting with Source 444, Starlito and Don Tripp, Cooking with Kaya, the wrestler Ted DiBiase. All right, here we go. We about to get to some good shit right here. All right. And Lavinia Jackson, of course, used to beat the hell out of everybody she faced, even me, when I was in my child form. That's how strong she is. But Lou is actually Michelle Jackson, who's supposed to be Calvin's sister. She's Michelle Jackson, Cheryl Miller, Linda the Terror Reader, and her and Miss Jamie, they got a little thing going on. And she's a freak. Yeah. And what we got here? And Michelle Jackson, her kids are not real kids, they're androids. And she can, oh yeah, and her husband is none other than Dwayne Pertee, a powerful warlock. And Marvin and Calvin and Robert and Austin are the same damn person. And Kenny Ray, all this shit, it's the same damn person. And what they do, if you see them in different scenarios like together, is they'll have somebody else morph into one of them and they can use their same voice, but it's all the same damn person. Okay? What else we at? And something, oh yeah, and something I want to tell people about money, which I knew the money, she gave me 20 yesterday, Lou. And something about money is, what we got? People curse it. And that's why a lot of people use debit cards and shit like that, and they go to the bank to get fresh money. That's why you see people, I gotta go to the bank. They know a lot of this money, this currency that's been passed around is cursed. So they like to have fresh money. And that's why you see a lot of cashiers with gloves on. You might think it's because of germs, that too, but they know what's up. And what else we got? And David, AKA Alvin, was David Pertee from Detroit. Alvin, Brown, Spooky, all that shit. He contracted this alien symbiote when we was on a mission, and he was told to keep away from it because what it can do. But he embodied that symbiote so he could be stronger to face me and knock me out my place. Plus, like I said, I told you, they change you to women and go to hell to be stronger fallen angels just to try to kick my ass. And that shit ain't working. But what's that? Oh yeah, but one day, Freeway, Ricky Ross, had aliens jump all the gods. Cause the gods, they all turned evil. And they had a meeting, and he had a ship full of little aliens, and they jumped inside the gods' bodies. So that's why they fucked up. And I was there too. I fought back, and plus what protects me, my ancestors, we fought that shit off. Doc Stevenson is really, believe it or not, the Crypt Keeper, aka Samuel L. Jackson, one of his forms, and that guy from Chicago with the glasses, and they say he got like a big forehead where the shiesty masks and shit. That's him too. I'm gonna get back to that one. And for the question why they be wondering why me and not them, because you gotta look at your intentions of what you're trying to do to the world, selling drugs and uh, human trafficking and all that shit y'all be doing. So that's why. David Purtee is possibly, I'm gonna get to it, I'm gonna have to do some research, is Bobby Watson. And he can also be Robert and Marvin Jackson. I'm gonna have to get a day or two to get that shit together. So don't really act on that. But like I said, they fucked up. Mos Def and his daughter, he took his daughter's body because she's a strong witch. And he took his daughter's body. So him and his family gotta go. SWV, Anita Baker, the dude Hustle Man from Jonesboro is really Kareem, whatever you call his name, from church, one of his bodies. Nene Leaks, I think that's how you pronounce her name. Sandra Sturkey from Jonesboro and her family. G Baby and Pharaoh, even though they supposed to be gone, they still here. Cause Pharaoh took Lil Pharaoh body. Milk Boy and Hezekiah, I know y'all still here. Excuse me. Donald and his family from Detroit behind Nago. I know y'all here, y'all gotta go. The dude Terrence Bonner from Detroit. I know you want revenge and you here. And you Terrence and all these other Terrences and shit. KG, Kevin Garnett, had something to do with the death of Malik Sealy. And I believe it was because of a woman he was dating and Kevin Garnett wanted her. So he had it rigged up so him to have that accident. They both aliens and shit. Confirmation. And Heavy D and the boys, he killed the one group member. It wasn't a accident or he committed suicide. He the one who took him out, and he's still here. Last time I checked, he was Tony Jolliffe, and from Detroit. I forgot the reason why he killed him, and Martha Stewart. And I'm taking that you kin to the Stewarts that's here in Jonesboro at the glass factory, Jalen Stewart and all that. Okay. And a reason Calvin and Lou, all this, them names they got, they mad because I took out their father. I forgot his name, but I get to him. And different people, okay, talk about, okay, yeah, all right. And let me see. I see you, Charles, over there. Oh yeah, no, Miss Ruby, I believe it's her daughter or granddaughter. Her name was Angie Stubbs, and she was a powerful witch, and she took her body too. She go by Angie Stubbs, Angie Purtee, or Angie Williams. Those are some of the names she got. Okay. Oh, and another thing, Quentin Tarantino, the producer, director, whatever, he is also Kent Arnold and Tom Arnold and all that shit. I mean, you should be able to see the similarities in the face, but I know for sure that he's one of these bodies that been walking around. That's another one of his forms. But he's really Quentin Tarantino and Tom Arnold and all that shit. You out of here. And let me see. Let me go back. What's on the side? Justin Douglas from the Glass Factory. You out of here? I think I'm assuming you some kin of Michael Douglas and his family. And Catherine Zeta-Jones is a powerful witch. But the Douglas family, y'all out of here too. All right, let me see. I had some shit outside. Oh yeah, did I say Sable from WWE? Sean Baker from VIP show back in the day. The whole cast from Dusk Till Dawn, Quentin Tarantino people. Um, did I say groove theory? Okay. But yeah, I ain't really gotta get into all that. Let me see. Yep. But yeah, but that's the main things. I really want to get across is Louis Michelle Jackson, who's like the strongest out of everybody except me. Uh, and she's like say the tarot reader, Cheryl Miller. Reggie Miller is an alien. I forgot who he was, but the Miller family. And like I say, Calvin and Marvin is the same person, Jackson. And some things you can tell too, if y'all like say y'all might not be able to look, the way they spell their names. I ain't gonna put too much information for they try to switch up shit, but like say how many letters are in the names is something they forget to switch up. Marvin, 6 letters. Calvin, 6 letters. You know what I'm saying? And what's the name? Sandra Jackson. They call Pook. It's supposed to be Michelle Jackson. They could be also one of Lou forms too. And her kids, Dejan and Tashe, they are powerful. You can say witches and warlocks and aliens. And a lot of these people who be having these kids, they be a lot of the kids that's powerful that they took from the human trafficking and shit, and make them their own kids to down the line transfer bodies and everything. Okay, and shit, that's about it. I got yeah for right now. You know I'm always coming back. Uh, I want to tell this story. It's rated R. Y'all can tune out whatever, but this was a story back in what happened in Detroit. It's about Bobby. And remember, I told you we cleanse one another to make sure, you know, because if you don't get cleansed, your powers will overtake you and you lose your sanity or whatnot. But anyway, Bobby had called me, well, he called Robert over there and told him that he had a chick over there. And, you know, he want to, you know, run a train, whatever. And of course, he knew I was coming too because, like I say, I was like one of the best at cleansing folks. And so we good over there. And you can hear the girl or female just hollering and shit. Oh yeah, yeah, all that shit. And so we get to the back. He left the door open. We get in there, and you can see Bobby. He was working out. And this was Robert was telling other folks. I ain't tell nobody, but now. But he like, yeah, man. I get in there. Me and G get in there, and you know she hollering and screaming and shit. I'm looking, and I'm like, yeah, he got the cheeks room. They rocking and shit. I'm like, yeah, look, yeah, cuz he tanning up. He was smiling, you know, he got his gold shining. And so he like, I'm trying to see what cuz working with. Why he got her hollering so much? And he said he knows cuz was all the way up on her. He said when cuz pulled out, cuz had like a damn pinky finger for a dick. And I witnessed it too. You know, I was like, damn. He like, oh man, so you know, he tells us we can go ahead. And you know, the chick started doing all that hollering and shit, and Robert like, bitch, shut up. Doing all that fake shit. I mean, it takes him to tell it. But that's what he was telling folks. But that's his pal. That's his buddy. That's his boy. And like I said, they could be the same person. But I'm going to get to that. But yeah, it's a lot of crazy stories. But that was one of them I wanted to share to refresh motherfuckers' memories. Yeah. But yeah, that's about it. Uh, but yeah, as you can see, we on that ass. And I'm out.